going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got two good ones. Back to back. We got back to back Karens, entitlement at its finest. That's all I really have to say. Entitled Karens, traffic court. Let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Now let's go.
The court calls case number 25 RO00091. This is People of the City of Royal Oak versus Carla Janine Hogan. That's you?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Hogan, you were present earlier this afternoon when the court explained the informal hearing process. True?
Yes, I was.
So, Ms. Hogan, you heard the court instruct that you must select from one of three options to protect your rights, correct?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hogan, the citation before the court was written January 4th this year at about 17 past 9 in the morning. You were operating a 2023 Lincoln, blue in color, on Interstate 696 at or near I-75. And at that place and time, you exceeded the posted speed limit by a minimum of 26 to a maximum of 30 miles over. It is a posted 70 through there. And therefore, the citation is for 26 to 30 over. You may admit responsibility in this matter. You can admit and explain, or you can deny responsibility. The court will swear the parties and will take testimony. What would you like the court to do for you?
I would like to deny ability.
That is your right and your privilege. Would the
Okay.
parties please raise their right hands? You both swear the testimony you shall give before this court shall be the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you very much. The officer has the burden of proof, Ms. Hogan. Then it's your turn. Officer Carr.
Got on January 4th around 9:17 in the morning, driving eastbound on 696 near I-75, at which time I observed a blue SUV approaching behind me at a high rate of speed. I activated the rear radar and received a speed readout of 95 and a 70, at which time I let that blue SUV pass me. I then paced the vehicle at 100 miles an hour to I-75, at which time I initiated a traffic stop and made contact with Ms. Hogan. I've been radar certified since 2004. I did the pre-shift test and the after-shift test. The radar passed both of those.
Thank you. And when you say that the rear radar was activated, so you had a steady tone and you
Yeah,
had
steady
the
audible tone and
vehicle-
visual on the vehicle. I'm sorry, Aaron, you keep cutting out every other syllable.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I did receive the audio tone that matches at 100 or at 95, and then I had a good SUV the entire time.
And no indication of radio frequency interference and no vehicle obstructing the path of the cone, correct?
There was no large vehicles that would have changed her speed or mine.
Okay. Just a pace, how did you accomplish that?
I drove a lane over, but behind her at 100 to pace her at her speed.
Okay. So you were at a similar speed in the police vehicle?
Correct, in 805, correct.
All right. And do you have any reason to believe that the speedometer of that vehicle is in some way faulty?
I do not. It's certified calibrated Ford.
Okay. Anything notable about the traffic stop you want the court to be aware of before we take testimony from Ms.
There
Hogan?
was nothing out of ordinary, no.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hogan, it's your turn. What do you want this court to know?
All right. Seems pretty straightforward. She got a speeding ticket going 100 on I-75, which unfortunately is fairly normal, but yeah, speed limit's probably 70 where she is. Not exactly sure. I know it goes up and down throughout depending on where you are on 75, but so yeah, 25 to 30 over. It's not good. Let's see what Karen has to say.
Well, I do believe that I was going over the speed limit. It was posted at 70. I do not believe that I was going 100 miles an hour. I have received a traffic speeding ticket in the past, and my record would show I've never went 30 miles over the speed limit, posted speed limit, nor have I been ticketed at 30 miles over the speed limit. I'm not sure where the officer came from. I was on my way to church that morning. I was running a little bit behind. There was traffic around me as I was driving. So in that case, that meant everybody that was driving up the road was going 100 miles an hour or 95 to 100 miles an hour. So that everybody in that sect that was driving up the road should have been pulled over.
So, that the court understands your testimony as clearly as it can, is it your suggestion that if the police authorities in a given jurisdiction can't pull everybody over, they shouldn't pull anybody over?
Well, I have been pulled over by an officer who pulled over 4 cars simultaneously. So I do know that that can be done. I was on my way to Lansing one day, and the sect of us that were driving were pulled over at the same time. So it's not something that can't be done.
Well, the question of the court wasn't that it can or can't be done. Do you believe that's what should happen every time more than one car is speeding?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. Anything further you want the court to know?
Well, however the court decides that they're going to rule in this case, I would like them to know that, well, I would literally ask for mercy in however you decide to rule in this case. I'm not you and I'm not sitting in your chair. What I can say is with the cost of everything that's going on today, I can't afford another bill. It's either going to be that or it's going to be what I decide to put on my plate tonight or this week.
Okay. Thank you. Unless there's anything further from you, Ms. Hogan, it would be time for any rebuttal testimony from Officer Carr.
Your Honor, I have nothing to add.
Okay. The court has heard the testimony of both parties in the matter of People versus Carla Janine Hogan. The court first makes the note that it has absolutely zero idea what Ms. Hogan's driving record looks like. The court judges each and every one of these matters on the merits and the merits alone at the date and time of the alleged infraction. That being said, the court also notes that the burden of proof in a civil case is a preponderance of the evidence versus what many people are familiar with from experiences either through academia or on television where there are criminal cases. This is not a criminal case and therefore does not require the heavy burden of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt to be found, but simply a preponderance of the evidence based upon both the visual observations of Officer Carr and as well the testimony with respect to the efficacy of the radar unit. The court believes that Ms. Hogan was exceeding the posted speed limit by at least 21 to 25 over, and therefore the court finds her responsible of speeding 21 to 25 over. And the fine for that is less than it had been potentially on the other matter. The fine is going to be $200. That is payable through the pay portal on the 44th District Court website. Or Ms. Hogan, you can walk a cash check or charge into this court at 400 East 11 Mile Road, Monday through Friday, between 8:30 and 4:30. The court's going to mark that due within 14 days. If you want to appeal the court's ruling, you can do so by posting a cash bond in the same amount as that fine, $200 within 14. The matter gets placed on the chief judge's docket for a formal hearing, and the city would be represented by City Prosecutor Ryan Kaluzny. So 200 within 14, either as a bond or as a fine. That completes your hearing. Please be safe. Good luck to you.
Sir, can I ask, does that come with points on my record?
It does. The points
Okay,
are assigned by the Secretary of State. They are not assigned by the court.
I'm going to be foiling all of Officer K's records for the last, how long? Since 2014. I want to see who he's been pulling over to the side of the road. So yeah, we'll
Very
keep
well.
going. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured.
All right, Karen. All right. I think she was implying some kind of something to do with race there. I don't know though. She didn't say anything except for she's going to be looking into this officer's record. And I don't know if you saw his reaction right after she got off the call, but I think that was everyone who was watching's reaction at the same time. Oh, yeah. You know, you're right. This officer needed to be a super officer and pull over 4 cars that were all going the same speed. You're absolutely right, Karen. That's exactly how the world works. Just admit you were driving too fast. You know, if you can't afford a speeding ticket, don't. That's the best way to avoid a speeding ticket is you don't speed. Really, that's odd. I know. Groundbreaking news right there, guys. Follow me for more traffic tips. All right. Next, right now. I didn't even put a cut between these. It's literally Karen back to back Karen. I feel bad for the officer. I would love to see how the reactions on the side of the road were. All right, let's go.
Party Mark Monet, what is your name, please?
Monet Cook.
Say that again, please.
Monet Cook.
So your last name is Cook, C-O-O-K?
Yes.
Monet Cook.
Your Honor, does 9491 help you? That's the ticket number.
I'm sorry, restate that, Officer Carr.
24-9491 is the ticket number.
Oh, good grief. There we are. Thank you. Ms. Cook, can you please find a place to park your car before we conduct your hearing? We don't want anybody getting in a wreck on live television. So we'll be right with you. Thank you.
Don't have.
All right, there's about a 20-second delay here. I kept this in here. Look at the officer though. He's just like, really?
Officer Chandler's got a few ready. When he's ready, we'll wait for Ms. Cook to secure her vehicle.
Your Honor, he's here. Do we have, I'm not even going to try the first name, Fadiora? Olumbami Fedoria?
S-A-D?
F.
F-A-D. That was removed per attorney appearance file.
Okay.
So the only other one you had was a Janae Amir Tyus, and the court does not see Ms. Tyus in the array. So let's check on Ms. Cook and see if she's made herself safe.
All right, remember, she was kind of, I'm not going to say bubbly, but she wasn't in a really bad mood. Just that 30 seconds, I don't even think it was 30 seconds. I think it was maybe only 20. She went from, being almost pleasant to what we're about to see now. And I believe it's because the magistrate just cut her off. I think that's what upset her. I don't know, though. Maybe she's just mad she had to pull over. Who knows? But here we go.
Okay. Ms. Cook, your car is stationary?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Cook, welcome to the 44th District Court. Today's the date and time set for your informal hearing. The citation before the court is civil in nature. It suggests that on December 16th of last year at 12 minutes past 8 in the morning, you were operating a 2025 Chevrolet, black in color, on Stevenson Highway southbound at or near 4th Street in the city of Royal Oak. And at that place and time, you exceeded the posted speed limit by a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 5 miles over. Officer Carr's remark, which appears on your ticket, indicates 57 in a 35, which would be a 22 mile per hour margin of speed. But he wrote this at the time for 1 to 5 over. Regardless, Ms. Cook, you have 3 options. You may admit responsibility in this matter. You may admit and explain. your circumstances, or you may deny responsibility, will swear parties, and take testimony. What would you like the court to do for you today?
I don't know. I really don't even care at this point. I'm just trying to get my baby from school.
All right, so Miss Cook, today is your day in court. You can admit responsibility, you can admit and explain, or you have every right to deny responsibility. We will swear the parties and take testimony. It's entirely up to you.
What is the points? How many points you
Now,
get?
the court's not here to dicker with
Okay, I don't know
you.
how that works. That's why I'm asking. Like, if I just pay the ticket, how many points do I get? I don't know how that goes. That's why I'm asking the question.
This is 1 to 5 over. Is this limited access speed or surface street, Officer Kerr?
Surface Street, Your Honor.
All right, so this would be 1 point and a $130 fine.
I don't want no points on my license. I just paid for the driving class. It don't matter. I guess I'll admit and pay the ticket, but I'm not working, so I'll have to pay it whenever I get the money.
Well, Ms. Cook, the court's not trying to be difficult with you. And in fact, the court's trying to do everything it possibly can to make sure that you enjoy each and every right that you are entitled to with respect to your informal hearing. So do you wish to admit and explain, or deny responsibility?
Admit and explain, I guess. I don't.
All right, so you're admitting that you were operating a motor vehicle in the city of Royal Oak that date and time and exceeded the posted speed by at least 1 mile over, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. The court appreciates and accepts your plea. What would you like the court to know?
That somebody cut me off, and I sped up around them and cut them back off.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Someone was driving, and they cut me off because the person in front of them had slammed on their brakes because the light, I guess, was about to turn yellow. And in the midst of them slamming on their brakes, I went around them and sped up and cut them back off.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, you guys heard that right. Oh, the things you say in court. There's there's honest, and there's being too honest. You didn't really have to say much. Oh, all right. I'm gonna let the rest of this video play out, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Sorry, I can't get my words together. This isn't finished. She has a couple more remarks that she wants to say, but I'm just gonna let it play. You guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time, bye.
No.
All right. Officer Carr, anything on your part?
Yeah, I do not have anything to add, no.
Very well. Ms. Cook, the court's going to assess the fine of $130 that is payable through the court's pay portal, or you may walk a cash check or charge into this court, 400 East 11 Mile Road, Monday through Friday, between 8:30 and 4:30. That's due within 14 days. That completes your hearing. Good luck to you.
Okay, if I don't pay it in the 14 days, then what happens?
I would call the clerk. I would call the traffic clerk at this court and see if they might grant you an extension. Thank you.
Okay, well, I know I'm not paying it in the
And now,